Aloha kako, Mike here again for Keoi Conversations, and we got another Keoi with us today, so I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Aloha, o Keoni keia, noho wau ma'aea, aia wau ma, no kalaeloa mai au, he carpenter wau. And so my name is Keoni, I'm from Kalaeloa, but I live Aiea. I'm a carpenter in the union. That's, yeah, pretty much.
So everybody knows you and your girls pretty much for the Hawaiian word of the day. So what made you start doing the Hawaiian word of the day?
So my daughter we put her into Waiakula Kaiapuni, and we started because so we would talk Hawaiian in the stores, and we go places and we talk Hawaiian, and she didn't like talking Hawaiian in front of people because people would stare at us, and she felt weird and stuff. So but I needed her to talk more. I couldn't have her just talk in school, so I needed her to talk more. So because of that, I started doing that so she could just keep talking more, and so that's kind of how we started it. With just her and me doing a Hawaiian word of the day and doing something just for her to talk more Hawaiian here and there, and then also to make people aware that Hawaiian language is a language. It's a language that's living, and for me, I never heard Hawaiian until I was 26 years old, and so I wanted people to know that people are speaking Hawaiian. There are kids out there. There are people out there speak Hawaiian. So if you can speak it, let's go. Let's speak it.
What do you think you didn't really hear Hawaiian until you're like 26? Would you kind of attribute that to the language being illegal and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think definitely that. I think in schools, I was born in the 70s, so never have Hawaiian language in high schools.
It's still illegal.
Yeah, I think when I was in high school, at the later part of my high school, I think they might have had a kalaeloa. I think Haole Kaka was the kumu, I think. I'm not sure, but yeah, I went to Kalaeloa, and Kalaeloa definitely didn't have a whole bunch of Hawaiians. So yeah, Kalaeloa is part of the reason, maybe.
So how do you think the videos have benefited your daughters and stuff? Do you think it's a joy for them to do, and
so my daughters have asked me before, why do we do this, or why are we doing this, and I just tell them, look at all these likes that you get and all these comments that you get, and people do like it, and it's hard because we don't get the feedback, right? So we do sometimes, and it's great, but we don't hear it. We've been doing it for 3 years, and we don't hear people saying these words anywhere. So it's kind of yeah. So I think they like that if it's being used. Like my daughter says, why are we doing it if nobody's doing it? You know what I mean? And so that's my thing, is please, if you're gonna watch their videos, and that's cool, just learn whatever, but just try to use the words. That's all we ask. Right. That's cool. Yeah.
Oh, right on. So do you think they know, well, I guess you're kind of answering that question, but do you think they know how much they're benefiting the community, and that they're actually helping to perpetuate our culture and our language? That was just illegal still from 1986. So you don't think they really understand that yet?
I don't think they understand it yet because they were born into that kind of thing. So I was kind of talking to them Hawaiian before they were in preschool and all that stuff, and when they went to Kaiapuni, so they don't understand that. I think they take it for granted, for instance, and so I know they don't realize how fortunate they are to have that as their first academic language.
Oh, right on. Yeah. I think they really are, because I can't speak Hawaiian,
right.
So and a lot of people would treasure that, I think. So hopefully one day I think they'll understand.
Yeah.
Have you learned anything yourself when making these videos, just personally?
Yeah, I mean, I know that I kind of, so Hawaiians, a lot of times we don't like to ho'opololei someone, to correct someone, because when you correct someone, you kind of, I don't know, maybe you're saying you're better than them. I don't know. Some people take it that way, and so I got ho'opololei a couple of times, and I took offense to that, but it's not about me. I realize that it's not about me now. Now that I look back, and so I don't care. If I do something wrong or I say something wrong, please correct me, because I want it to be correct, and so yeah. So I've learned to kind of know that this is, sorry, like I said, it was with just my kids, and that's why we did it. But it's gotten to be much more than that. I had, honestly, I have 200 Facebook friends prior to this, and I have 2,000 Facebook friends now. I get requests all the time. So yeah, people ask me, we stopped doing it for a little while. It isn't easy, getting them up early in the morning and doing it. and it really isn't. And but we know they know that it's their kuleana. Let them know, so they know they got to do it. But when we don't do it, people remind me, you know, we need the Hawaiian word of the day, you know. So
they're looking for it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, right on. So what do you think the overall response has been though? Like,
I mean, 100% positive. Yeah, like everybody loves it. I got people in Florida, New York. There's all kinds of people all over. You know, people in other countries that watch Facebook and like, you know, like it and all this stuff. And I once in a while I guess I'll put a request out there that if you do like it, please say something, because my daughters need to be reassured that they're doing something. You know what I mean? Because they're only 8 and 11, right? So they don't know, and so a lot of people reach out and they tell us, no, please keep doing it. We've learned so much from you. You know, I mean, it's gotten much more than it was gonna be. It was supposed to be, but and I'm glad. You know, I mean,
I think you just got to keep at it.
Yeah,
too,
exactly. Yep, definitely. Yeah.
So now we're thinking about the movement that's happening, everything right now. I mean, you'd probably call yourself a kiai. I mean, I imagine. So, but how long would you say like you've been an activist? Like,
so I don't actually consider myself an activist. I mean, I consider myself. So you know, So when we went, so when I went to court for kalaeloa, the judge had basically told me, you know, if I'm going to plead guilty or not guilty to it, and I said not guilty, and then I said I didn't do nothing wrong. So how we got involved with this is my daughter came home one day and she said she wanted to know about Mauna Kea, that they were talking about Mauna Kea in her school and Kahuku and all that. So I said, you want to go? Yeah, let's go find out. So we went to Kahuku and we saw them over there and we talked to them. We understood why they were protesting these turbines. So then we went to kalaeloa. And for my daughters, you know, when you are in Kahuku and you watch that parade of bikes coming down, it's kind of a sketchy thing watching so many bikes come down and then they all line up and they just block the road. And
I mean the police on the bikes.
The police on the bikes, yeah, the blue lights coming down. Yeah, it's like, it's crazy how many. I mean, they went to kalaeloa and it was a little more heated over there.
Right.
And it was kind of scary for my daughters, you know, like my youngest daughter especially, she didn't like it. And it kind of makes me sad that the officers were in that. The people there were never ever in anything but peace, and the officers were so aggressive. And to make my daughter fear, you know, I mean, make her afraid of police officers it wasn't a good thing, you know. But yeah, so I don't consider myself to be I just standing up for what's right. And you know, if there's something heavy, then we got to change that, you know.
Right.
That's basically.
So I would call you an activist then. You know, you sat there and you got arrested, which is, you know, one of the biggest sacrifices we make as far as when we do nonviolent direct action, right? So that's kind of what made you, after seeing everything and hearing everything, that's what made you decide to go and do that?
Yeah, basically it came down to one night. My daughter wanted to go again, so we went again. You know, I'm not like all Kakoho, they're all there every night, right? And Kakoho, and so we went and we kind of did we went one night. It was Sunday night, and it was the week that it was going to end that week. And it was Sunday night. A few people were locked together, and they were. It was a long night. That was a late night, and I think the truck left late. But as we were going, I'm standing there on the mountain, and then on the hill, and this lady Nani, Gina Peterson, she was just crying out for our lahui to let's go. Like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Why are we allowing this to happen? And she just wanted for dance to and it moved me like major. And that night I went home, and the next day I told my kids that, you know what, we're gonna go again. I'm getting arrested. I knew already, and I said, and they're like, why? And they're like, no, Dad, please. And I was like, you know, I said, we're either in or out. You make it trick. We can sit on the couch and we can just watch from our phones and whatever. Oh, good job, like, love.
Right.
Or we can be involved, right? And that's so we either in or out. That I just told him. I said, when my daughter, she plays soccer, I said, when you do you like to play on the field or just on the bench? She play on the field. I said, well, let's get in the game. Let's go.
Yeah, right on. Awesome. So what do you think this movement has taught you?
For me, everything is about my kids. I mean, I was talking to Koho the other day at lunch. We ate lunch yesterday, and I was talking to him about it, and I said, you know, for me, I just want. I mean, I don't even care what happens. Like, and to me, I don't care what happens to me. And he said, what do you mean? I said, because I'll do anything for them, but not even for them, for their kids. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Nakia Nole said at the last night, he said, you know what, like we're gonna fight until the last aloha aina, and we gotta end this aloha, we gotta end this now with us, so that they don't need to do this anymore. They don't need protest, they don't need stand and take space, hold space and stuff. But I don't know if that'll ever happen, but it's kind of like, yeah, that's, I mean, I don't know, I mean,
but we can start it
yeah,
now,
definitely,
you know what
I mean,
I'm gonna set that tone, and you know, so hopefully they're more
so they're yeah, exactly. So I leave everything for them, so that's why I just try to do everything. But we gotta just do it for our kids. And I didn't do it because years ago I had all these factions of groups, you know, like and nobody agreed with anybody. Everybody was all different parts, and like this is amazing that we're rising as one now. Kind of this mauna is bringing everybody together, and it's crazy how it's exciting.
So to expand on that, why do you think the movement is happening? The way I explain it to most people is that most people would agree that Mauna Kea pretty much sparked it and started bringing us together, but say tomorrow Mauna Kea is resolved. Like what do you think is going to motivate us? What do you think motivates us now, like aside from Mauna Kea?
So for me, like just seeing bills that are trying to be passed, you know what I mean? And yeah, those types of things. I mean, you know, I try to go to to Kapolei, do the sign waving stuff and do whatever we can. And I think we have to just get involved in it. I mean, if Mauna Kea was to stop and they were just to leave TMT or to go away, I think that we still have to get involved with it's not just Mauna Kea, it's everything, you know what I mean? Like the bills, like I said, like, you know, all these bills, they try to sneak by us, and we got to be vigilant and what we do for our people, you know. I mean, yeah, it doesn't just, I don't know.
So what do you think is the biggest challenge we face as Hawaiian people?
So a lot of people say that we're uneducated, right? I think that's the biggest thing, that Hawaiians are dumb or whatever and stuff. And I say, you know, like I say, our biggest challenge as Hawaiians is to get informed. I think that's the basic. We need to get informed. I think we're misinformed, or we're just not informed of what's happening. You know, people are not dumb. They just don't know. You know what I mean? And so I think as a Hawaiian group, we just have to start getting more. That's the biggest challenge, I think, for us to get
informed. In what way? Like in political,
everything. Yeah, I think you know, for me as a union carpenter, being in the union for 20 plus years, I would vote with the carpenters union. How the carpenters union vote? They send us home in the mail who to vote for, and you take this thing to the ballots and you check off who we vote for, because these people have, you know, just because a name is there doesn't mean that that person is. There's people, 4 or 5 people behind him that are pushing him and that run him, actually, you know what I mean? Right. Tell him what to do. And people don't know that, you know, so people who are pro building, all that stuff, that's who we would vote for. Right. You know, I've since changed that, and I vote for who I feel benefit our Hawaiian people, you know.
How it should be. Right. Or just not even just Hawaiian people, just what you think.
What I think is like for better, right? There's no party or nothing, yeah.
Right. Right on. And I think that's really, that's a big issue, I think, for unions to tell people who to vote for, and hopefully more people start thinking like you, of just, you know, being independent, not because, well, I understand that people need money and need jobs and all of that stuff, but at the same time, how much more stuff can we build?
Exactly, you know what I mean? I look downtown and I see all these I was driving there the other day and I see all these tower cranes up. I'm like, oh my gosh, more buildings? Like, you know, it's crazy. I mean, it's,
my boss calls it the state bird.
Yeah, exactly.
Crane, the yellow crane.
Yeah.
So what does kapualoha mean to you?
Kapualoha honestly means everything that I'm not. So like I am very very emotional, and I think kapualoha means that you have to be willing to hold that in, not show emotion, and kind of just I will react, and you cannot react in kapualoha. And I feel like, you know, I was kicked off a plane the other day because I said something, and I felt bad after that. You know, I mean, my daughters and me were in California. I got kicked off a plane for that, and I'm not kapualoha, but I realized that. You know, I mean, so just kapualoha is a place of beauty. You know, if you can be kapualoha, like you are, just that's amazing. You know, I think kapualoha is what's holding everything together, and I'm just glad that we are doing that. And teaching our kids that that's the way we need to be, you know.
Right on. Yeah. I think it sets a very good example for the kids and everything too. Yeah. So, do you think the government cares about the Hawaiian people?
You know, I think there are some. I don't lump government as to one person. I mean, as to just a block. I think there's different governments. People, there are. I mean, certain people. Someone was just named as the DHHL chair, right? Yeah. I don't think he's for the Hawaiian people. I think. There are some people who are for the Hawaiian people, you know, and so I think the government in general, maybe not, but
the system as a whole.
Yeah, the system as a whole, definitely. But there are people who are in politics that are politicians that are for the people, I think, you know, but it's a minority and we need to change that, you know, but.
So what do you think is the best way to change that?
I think to be informed is to just get, you know, not educated, just be informed of who we're voting for. Don't go to the polls, you know, that's going to change everything. It's putting people who respect our rights and what we want as people, as Hawaiians, and not even as Hawaiians, just as people, you know. I think a lot of people who are in politics right now are for themselves, and you know, and for their own little whatevers. And for us, I think we need to put people in there just to get more informed of who is running and what they stand for. Try to look at bills that they voted on, you know what I mean, and try to so just get more informed of who is running, and don't just go there and check off one Hawaiian name, because
So, but on top of that too, you think like voting is probably one of the biggest things.
Voting is probably the biggest thing right now, I think.
Right, because I think that's the biggest push everyone's trying to make.
Yes,
right now,
I think once we start changing, I think the people who run our state, I mean, we got people doing nothing, you know what I mean, and we got someone like Andrea Tupola who's out there doing everything in Hawaiian side, and I see her cleanups and this and that, and and she didn't get elected, you know, and I couldn't believe it. And I think because of name recognition, I think Democratic Party, I mean, I think if we can change that idea of thinking that we're a democratic state, just vote for the person who you believe will do the best job. I think once we do that, things will start changing, I think.
So what do you, all aloha to all these people and everything, but what do you think about the people that are like anti-system, where like we shouldn't be voting because we're Hawaiian? I mean, like I have the most aloha for them, and I get where they're coming from, but you know, what would you say to bring them in and be like, this is what we should? So
I mean, if I met somebody who was kind of into that, I would want to understand why they believe that, and then I would kind of tell them, well, you know, I mean, to be honest, I mean, it was stated, right, from the president that our state was stolen from us, right?
I mean, Act, right?
Exactly right. So I mean, they know that. So we're only fighting for what's right. If something was taken from you, wouldn't you want it back? I mean, you know what I mean? That's it. I mean, I mean, so I think that's just a fact, you know?
Right. Okay, so what do you think is the most misunderstood or most mischaracterized part of the movement? Like, what does a pro TMT person often say about Kea'i, or you know, like, what do you think? How do they mischaracterize us normally?
You know, I don't know. I think people think that. You mean what people think we are?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think what people think we are, I mean, just radicals, I guess. You know what I mean? And kind of just against whatever is. And you know, someone told me the other day at our carpet union, said they cannot just go and block everything, you know what I mean? You cannot stop everything, but you know, I mean, we just want to do what's right, and we just want to do what's fair. This island used to be beautiful. Kalaeloa, I grew up in Kalaeloa, was one of the most beautiful places. It's so changed. It's a completely different place now, and I mean, it's just everything is changing. Our attitudes are changing, and everything is changing. So we need to, I mean, I think we just need to. I don't know. There's just so much.
As far as attitude changing, you think it's just because we might be diving more into like a westernized state?
Yeah, definitely.
Thinking?
I mean, everybody is thinking that. You know what I mean? I used to think about having this and having that and having this, and now I don't even care, you know what I mean? And it's just, you know, you got to keep up with the Joneses, and I don't even care. You know, this year for Christmas, I didn't buy my daughters anything pretty much for Christmas. Very little I bought them, and it was because I wanted to understand, you know, we just got to change how we think, you know, and how put value on things. And you know what I mean? Like my daughter goes on soccer trips. We don't like 7 last year, you know, and that's, I mean, that costs a lot, you know, and so just be grateful for everything, you know what I mean? And yeah, so
you know. So what would you say to someone who doesn't agree with the movement or might be on the fence about it? Like, you know, again, like a pro TMT person, what would you have to say to them? Like if they're
I would just explain my situation with them and how where we are and why we feel everybody, the world goes around because everybody has different. So everybody has their own little mana'o, and that's great, and everybody has their own opinions. And I tell my daughters, just have your own opinion, and if they tell you you're wrong, you're not wrong, because that's your opinion. You know what I mean? So you believe in what you believe until someone proves otherwise. So you know what I mean? I would just reiterate what we're about and what I'm about, and you know, and how I feel, and kind of. But I respect everybody's opinion. Right. So if you feel this way, then you feel that way. I'll try to explain my situation, and if that doesn't persuade you or dissuade you from being how you feel, then that's okay. You know what I mean? You still can have your mana'o.
As long as they respect your opinion,
as long as they respect mine, yeah. Right. I'm gonna respect theirs. Right. I want them to respect mine. You know, and let the chips fall where they fall. You know?
So how do you think the best way for someone to contribute? I mean, I know you guys do Hawaiian word of the day, or you know, like, and that definitely contributes. You know, so what do you think people should be doing?
I think honestly, the best way to contribute is just to get involved. Is just however you can get involved. I think, you know, there are a lot of people who do their thing. They're entertainers who provide some kind of concerts or whatever, and they sing or whatever, and they do this. And there's some people who are in the legislature that are trying to change this, and there are people who are, you know, working at that side. There are teachers teaching. Whatever you can contribute, everybody has something to contribute, because I believed that I had nothing to contribute, so I would never get involved. And so I look at, for us, we just do our Hawaiian word of the day, and to me that's the way we're trying to contribute. You know, we just need everybody to get involved. It isn't going to happen with just the people up in the mauna. It isn't going to happen with just the people at kalaeloa, kahuku, or hunana niho. We need everybody. If we don't have everybody, it won't work. You know, so
very true, very true. So that's about all I got. Is there anything else you want to say to the Lahui? Send a message out to everyone. Let them know what you got going on. Let us know where YouTube, where they can find the videos at and everything. Yeah, so I mean, on Facebook, Keoni Wills. I don't know really how to do YouTube, all that. We do have a channel. I have about 4 channels, but yeah, I mean, I don't do it, and honestly, I don't do it for anything. So people tell me to do a YouTube channel because it helps them go back, and they can redo it, recheck, and redo easy
things.
To find,
easy to find, exactly. So for me, yeah, so my daughters, they go under Keoni Piper Wills, but usually when I post the Hawaiian word of the day on Facebook, I post it on We're Mauna Kea, and I post it on Hawaiian language speakers and learners, and I put in our YouTube that I'll post it on YouTube, and then I'll share that, copy it, and I'll put it onto that site. So if you want to like it, subscribe, whatever, it doesn't. I mean, I just want people. Well, a teacher told me once, he said, "Ya hokalili mamoku ole," and it basically means little is better than none. And if you can say, one guy said to me, he said, "E kalamai," one day, and I said, "Oh, he Hawaii." I asked him, "Can you speak Hawaiian?" And he said, "No, that's all I know." And I was like, "Oh, my God, that's good. That's all you know. Just keep saying that every day. Every time you say, don't say excuse me, say e kalamai." So if you know your words, any words you guys know, just say them. Let's start speaking it so people can hear Hawaiian everywhere. I mean, it's a beautiful language that needs to be heard everywhere. Yeah,
and I think it's funny because like I find myself like wanting to say like e kalamai, like when I'm out, even when there's like people that I know don't speak Hawaiian and don't know what it means. I'm getting into that habit. You know what I mean? Even though I don't like speak Hawaiian, like that's something I do know, and like I'm definitely wanting to be like, hey, kalamai, like, and
and you know the thing I tell people, the hardest thing is getting it out of your mouth. Once you first get it out of your mouth, it's gonna start flowing eventually. But once you start saying it, say hale, you know, hey, let's go to the hale, you know what I mean? Say hale ku'ai for store, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Anything you know, just say it. And once you start doing that, it's going to become automatic, and then it's just going to just automatic. We're going to start hearing these little words, because we say pa, we say mahalo, you know, we say ahui ho, you know. I mean, start saying, you know, one girl came up to me at a bar years ago, and she said, "How come everybody says mahalo when you say mahalo to them?" And I said, "They just don't. We don't have a word for you're welcome." I said, "But we can say other things. These people just don't know." And you can say aole pilikia, no problem, or you can say no kahaoli, it was my pleasure. I mean, there's so many things, but yeah, if we can do that, that would be awesome. I mean, without our language, we have nothing. I honestly believe that. Papua New Guinea does not have their language, and they do not have culture over there. They lost it, and once your language goes, everything's going to go after that, you know. So if we can keep our language flowing, and that's why we do the Hawaiian words. That's why my kids go kaiapuni for that reason, you know. So but yeah, I just if you guys can get involved however you can. Whatever you can do it. It'd be, you know, my kalaeloa.
Right on. And I appreciate everything you guys are doing. I appreciate your girls making the videos. I hope you guys don't stop.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I love watching them. You know, my kids like watching it, but they don't quite understand yet because they barely even speak, you know, themselves. But I know they enjoy watching you guys doing that. And again, like, mahalo to you guys for doing that.
Yeah. Nice.
Like I said, I hope you guys keep going. You know, no matter, you know, even if you don't have the feedback, just know that I think people are watching and they're not necessarily giving the feedback, or you don't know, but I know people are watching.
Yeah, so I know too. Yeah,
it's appreciated so much. But definitely gonna put links for his YouTube on this video, so you guys can go over there, subscribe and like, and watch all the videos, learn your olelo. You know, they're putting it out there, they're taking the time, so take the time. They're only what, few minutes normally.
Yeah, they're a few minutes.
Then take a few minutes out of your day to learn a word or whatever it is, and just add it to your vocabulary, like you said. You know, like just blurt it out one day or something. But mahalo you guys for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Malama pono.